My name is Daniel. I'm a rising junior at SAR High School. And this is the project that I built. It's a remote control tank. And it uses this PS2 controller to control the movements of the tank. So if I just turn it on here, so you can see I can control the tank. So I can control the tank, and I made certain buttons that make it spin around in circles. This button makes it go forward really slow. I don't know why you did that, but so yeah, and I also, as my modification, basically, I added some lights to the bottom that are controlled by buttons on the controller. So I guess I'll do that. Yeah, and then if I hit this button here, it's a cool rainbow pattern. And then if I hit the start button, they turn off. So the way this works is there's an Arduino board on the tank here, and this is where all the code is. I used a computer, wrote code, downloaded it to this board, and this is kind of like the hub. This basically controls the whole thing, and then there's a motor driver up here that controls the motors and allows you to control the speed and the direction of the motors. Which was helpful with the controls, because if I push the joystick forward just a little bit, it goes slow, and if I push it forward a lot, it goes faster. So that was kind of helpful. And then there's a gearbox back here which has two motors which drive the tank. This black thing up front is a receiver for the controller. So it receives signals from the controller and sends them to the Arduino and allows you to control it. And there's a battery pack back here that provides power for the whole thing. And then there's the light strip that I told you about on the bottom. So building this was a lot of fun. It was a great experience. It was definitely tough at times. I had to figure out how to get around certain things. Like, for example, when I was putting together the body of the tank, the instructions were not really clear, and I kind of had to figure out how the parts fit together. And I even had to cut a chunk out of the plastic, which was pretty hard. And it taught me a lot about problem solving and overcoming obstacles. And yeah, which is a big part of engineering and just building things in general, and I guess life is overcoming obstacles, solving problems. Because in Bootstrap, when you have a problem, you kind of just have to figure it out, and that was really fun. And yeah, I think because of this, I'm definitely going to continue to make projects like this on my own at home, and the possibilities are kind of endless. This is just the starting point for me, I would say. So yeah, this program is a lot of fun. Yeah. Any questions?
Did you wheelie?
Wheelies. You put a lot of wheels on the back.
How did you get the analog sticks to control the speed?
So that actually took a while. It was pretty cool. I had to because the sticks output a value. They're sort of mapped on an XY coordinate plane, if you can think of that. And the range goes from 0 to 255. And I had to basically remap those values so that it would go from negative 255 until 255 to make it easier, where I could basically say whatever position the stick was at, then the motor speed would be set to the corresponding speed. Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about what aspects of what you just showed us sort of you developed, and what was sort of the hardware or the bits and pieces that you got?
So I guess all the components I mentioned before, those are you buy those online, and then you have to put them together and connect them with wiring, and then basically the main part, the part that's where all the customization is, where you get to control everything, is in the code, and that's also the hardest part. In my opinion, that was the hardest part. You have to figure out what you're gonna do, and there's a lot of creativity involved there. Yeah.
The game controller, is that a game controller you buy off the shelf?
Yeah.
How did you figure out how to connect that?
Yeah, so that was also pretty hard. Yeah, so this is like, you can buy this online. It's designed for the PlayStation. And this little black thing at the front, the receiver, that has all the wires into it. Ideally, you would plug this into your PlayStation to play video games. But I repurposed it and I wired it to the Arduino. And I first had to check that it was all working. So I had a code that would print out different things depending on which buttons or sticks were pressed or moved. And originally it didn't work, but then I realized that the controller was broken, so I had to switch it.